18. Just let that number sink in. 18. World Cup goals. And Lionel Messi now owns every single one of the records you thought were permanent. Tonight, while Messi was making history in Dallas, England were being broken by an 18-year-old in the 95th minute across the continent, and Erling Haaland was terrorizing defenses for fun. What a day at World Cup 2026. This is everything you need to know. Welcome to SoccerVault. Here's everything you missed today. 6 matches, 1 all-time record, 1 stunning upset, and a golden boot race that just got very, very interesting. Let's break it all down, match by match. Argentina 2.0, Austria. Messi breaks the record. He has done it. Lionel Messi is now the all-time leading goal scorer in World Cup history. 2 goals against Austria at AT&T Stadium in Dallas moved him to 18 career World Cup goals, eclipsing Miroslav Klose's record of 16 that had stood since 2014. 12 years. 12 years that record survived every challenger. And then Messi arrived at what will almost certainly be his final World Cup, and simply erased it. Argentina were clinical throughout. After an agonizing missed penalty early on, Messi latched onto a Thiago Almada cutback on 30 minutes to fire home his 17th World Cup goal with a first-time finish that reminded everyone what pure class looks like. Then, deep in stoppage time, the maestro struck again, tucking in his 18th with the calm of a man who was simply born to do this. 2-0 Argentina. The crowd in Dallas barely had time to process what it had just witnessed. Argentina are through to the knockouts. And this World Cup? It has officially become Messi's tournament. France 3.0, Iraq, Mbappé through the storm. Les Bleus didn't just beat Iraq, they survived an act of God to do it. At Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, Kylian Mbappé had already put France ahead in the first half when a violent thunderstorm rolled in off the Delaware River. The referee halted play at halftime. Rain, lightning, 2 hours and 11 minutes before the game could resume. 2 hours and 11 minutes at a World Cup in the modern era. And when France finally walked back out onto that pitch, Mbappé picked up right where he left off. Goal number 2 for the Ballon d'Or winner. Then Ousmane Dembélé added a third, and France strolled to a comfortable 3-0 win. This was the first weather-delayed World Cup match in decades, a moment of genuine sporting theater, and France just shrugged and got on with it. Mbappé now sits on 16 career World Cup goals, tied for second all-time. France are through from Group 1. And the message to every other team in this tournament is crystal clear. Not even a thunderstorm stops Mbappé and France. Norway 3-2, Senegal, Haaland monster mode, Erling Haaland, is unstoppable. 2 more goals in the 48th and 58th minutes made it a brace in his second consecutive World Cup game. Norway's Marcus Peterson had opened the scoring on 43 minutes. And with Haaland adding 2 more, Scandinavia were cruising at 3-1, 4 goals in 2 World Cup matches. 4. Haaland has become only the second player in the last 50 years to score twice in each of his first 2 World Cup games, the only other man to do it being Harry Kane in 2018. But Senegal refused to die quietly. Ismaïla Sarr, one of the most electric forwards in this tournament, pulled one back in the 53rd minute, then added a dramatic second deep into stoppage time. Senegal pushed and pressed, but Norway held on. 3-2, what an absolute contest. Norway and France are both through from Group 1. And the Golden Boot race? Haaland, Messi, Mbappé. This 3-way fight might be the most compelling subplot of the entire World Cup. England 0-1 Ghana. The shock of the tournament. Nobody saw this coming. England came into this match with 3 points banked, more possession, more quality, more everything on paper. And yet, in the 95th minute, an 18-year-old named Caleb Yirenkyi turned, shot, and broke every England fan's heart simultaneously. Final score: Ghana 1-0 England. England created chances. England wasted chances, reckless with the ball in dangerous areas when it mattered most. And in that brutal final moment of normal time, Yirenkyi made them pay, becoming the second youngest goal scorer in Ghana's World Cup history, with the latest goal Ghana have ever scored in regulation time at a tournament. The stadium erupted. England were left stunned. England now have 3 points. Ghana have 6. The Three Lions' path through Group L just got complicated in the most painful way possible. If you're an England fan, and I know some of you are watching, that comfortable qualification you were expecting, it's gone, and you have only yourselves to blame. Portugal 1.0, Uzbekistan, Neves delivers. Portugal kept it controlled and clinical in Houston. João Neves provided the quality moment when it mattered most, a single goal enough to secure all 3 points for the European giants against Group K newcomers Uzbekistan. Professional, disciplined, effective, Cristiano Ronaldo played his role. The defensive structure held firm throughout, and Portugal march on through the tournament with quiet confidence. 3 points. Clean sheet. Group K is heading exactly where Portugal planned. Algeria. 2-1 Jordan, Desert Warriors, alive. Algeria came from behind to beat Jordan 2-1 and keep their knockout stage dreams very much alive. Jordan had led briefly before Algeria's quality came to the fore. The victory also confirmed Argentina as outright Group J winners. For Jordan, a brave run at this extraordinary World Cup comes to an end. For Algeria, the fight continues, and they will need to bring that same character and determination into every remaining game. The biggest talking point, Messi's legacy. I want to take a moment here, because what happened in Dallas today deserves more than just a stat line. Miroslav Klose's record of 16 World Cup goals was described as untouchable. He scored across 4 World Cups spanning 12 years, from Korea and Japan in 2002 all the way to Brazil in 2014. Pundits agreed, the modern game moves too fast, competition is too intense, and nobody stays at the absolute summit long enough to accumulate that kind of World Cup scoring record. It was a different era. It could never be repeated. And then Messi did it anyway, at 38 years old, playing what will almost certainly be his final World Cup. 18 goals, 2 clear of Klose. In just 2 matches at this tournament, he scored 5 times. 5. We are watching the final chapter of the most extraordinary individual career in football history, and every single match Messi plays right now is a genuine gift to the sport. Wherever you stand on the greatest of all time debate, and I know that debate never really ends, remember this day. You are watching history happen in real time. Upcoming fixtures, what to watch next. 3 absolutely mouth-watering fixtures are right around the corner, and you do not want to miss a single one of them. First up, Panama versus Croatia, kicking off at 0700 SGT on June 24th at BMO Field in Toronto. This is pure survival football at its most brutal. Both teams lost their opening Group L matches, Panama to Ghana, Croatia to England. Tonight, whoever loses is eliminated. Out. Gone. Croatia have Luka Modric, still capable of producing something special, and they have to be favorites. But Panama as a co-host nation will make this environment absolutely electric. My bold prediction? Croatia 2-1 Panama. Modric's experience makes the difference when it matters most. Then, on June 25th, at 0300 SGT, Switzerland versus Canada in Vancouver. 2 of the most physically disciplined, tactically well-drilled teams in this entire tournament. Switzerland demolished Bosnia 4-1 earlier in the competition. Manzambi was sensational. Canada destroyed Qatar 6-0 in one of the most dominant host nation performances we have ever seen. This clash in Group B will likely decide who goes through as group winners. My prediction, a tight, tense 1-0 to Switzerland, but do not write off Canada snatching something on home soil. And the fixture I am most excited about, Scotland versus Brazil, June 25th, 0600 SGT in Miami. Scotland are desperate. They lost to Morocco and need points urgently. Brazil have been inconsistent but dangerous, and Vinicius Jr. is always one moment of brilliance away from deciding a match. Scotland will defend deep, stay compact, and make this uncomfortable for the Seleção from the first whistle. My prediction? Brazil 2-1 Scotland. But Scotland fans, do not count yourselves out. Not for a single second. What an incredible day at World Cup 2026. Messi is the all-time record holder. Haaland is in monster mode. England fans are enduring the worst evening of their footballing year. And we have Scotland versus Brazil, Switzerland versus Canada, and Panama versus Croatia all incoming. This tournament is absolutely electric, and it is only getting better. Smash that like button if you are loving every second of this World Cup, subscribe to SoccerVault for daily recaps exactly like this one, and drop your hot take in the comments. Is this the greatest World Cup of all time? And can anyone actually stop Argentina and France from meeting in the final? I will see you in the next one.